The podcast you're about to hear was made with Anchor. You can use Anchor to make a podcast right from your phone, no experience necessary. Plus, it's completely free. Get the app at anchor.fm/podcast.
The topic of this podcast is my respect for hotel managers. I know the feeling of, because I've been one myself, and month of July was one of the beautiful times when we had a chance to take our holidays. And when I was working in Asia, we usually flew into to Europe, usually in a place like Switzerland or Italy or France. Spent a few weeks there, and before we came to Finland for the other part of the holiday. But even on a holiday, it wasn't really a holiday, because the mobile phones ringing, you used to get an email of people asking something, and I was on emails still every day because of a FOMO, fear of missing out. I want to be in touch what was going on in the hotel, even though I was physically away. And besides, we used to stay in hotels on holidays also. So there was never a total breakaway from the life in hotel. Well, I didn't mind that, but my wife said that you never have a proper holiday because you are always working, even you're on a holiday. And she was right. So I understand what you guys are going through. And now going back to the hotel after the holiday, it's time to plan how things are going to pan out for the rest of the year, and planning the future, the following year, with the budgets. It usually starts by looking at the performance, and we always, hotels are living by quarterly, so we're always thinking, well, how was the past quarter? And if we didn't do very well, how are we going to do better to catch up with what the budget was, or what is the year-on-year performance. All month of August is looking at just how the previous half year, how well we have done, and looked at everything. But there also things have changed now, because with the social media and the consumers, because now they're publicly discussing the hotel, of what they think about the hotel, and they are commenting the likes and what they could be without. And we have to take this in consideration to help to improve the operational performance. And this is a factor that is so crucial that we need to make sure that we have the finger on the pulse and listen in carefully what consumers are talking about us. And this way we can also plan the future, and we can help them to improve where we are falling short of what people are expecting from us. So now then comes the August-September period, where we have to plan the top line revenues. So how is the next year going to work out? I was usually go on the safe side. I put in a 10% increase, and then there was a haggling with the hotel owner about, is 10% enough? Where is it going to come from? And so we somehow massage it together to make it work as a compromise and put the operational budget together. So in other words, there's always something going on that you need to think about. And people ask me, well, you have such a fantastic job, being hotel manager, meeting guests, having cocktails, having dinners, meeting celebrities, and so on. Well, it was not all about that. If there was an accident, it's usually called the hotel manager, because it was the hotel's fault, according to the customer. If there was a crisis, I had to be the leader, and obviously to take the leadership and to solve the problem. So I saw myself as, if you take a table, I'm the fourth leg of the table. I have to, one way, there's something to balance out the needs of the owners, the needs of the guests, and the needs of the staff. So this made it always a very interesting balancing act. And so when I say my respect to hotel managers is, when I spent many years in hotel as a manager myself, I would never trade this, what I experienced, to something else, because this was one of the most beautiful times in my life, and hospitality still remains the purpose of my passion, and that's why I enjoy talking about these things.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.